and welcome to Kids Newsroom right here on SABC2, DTT, as well as SABC+. You do know that when the clock strikes 4:30, it is time to get a full update in what's happening across the globe, which concerns children. Elamke igama ngumhlonto Buhlekeleba inzwakazi yasemampondomiseni. Kwaye ke njengesiqhelo salapha ekhaya, andiyami ndodwa, I'm with the lovely Ayanda. Hey girl.
Hey Buhle, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am great and ke a leboha ke thabile thata ho ba mo le wena. Nna ka lebitso ke Ayanda V Masango, and without further ado, a re lebelleng se re le tshwaretseng ka tjena.
Flare Feet Stars Football Club donates soccer gear to Val Octopus.
And we will discuss the issue of bullying in schools.
And my favorite part of the show, we close off the show with a lovely performance from Rory Sang. Many more of these stories in the bulletin to follow.
Arboneng hore ho iraheletseng in our national rap this week. Please note that this story contains some sensitive content.
Go ditaba tše di tšerego šedi mo bekeng ye, kgoro ya Gauteng ka mošupologo e boletše gore dinyakišišo tša maphodisa di tla fa tlhatlhollo ka ga maemo ao a dikologilego lehu la mogale wa sekolo se se phagamego sa Queens. Go ya ka lapa la gabo morutwana wa mengwaga ye 15 e lego 15 ka boripana Brian Ndlovu wa Mphato wa Senyane, go thwe o hlokofetše diiri ka morago ga go gapeletšwa go nwa mpholo sekolong le go tlaišwa. Go ya ka MEC Matomi Chilwane, o netefaditše gore dinyakišišo tša maphodisa di tšwela pele. Ge re lebeletše tšeo di tšerego šedi go la Cape Town, thuto ya Western Cape o boletše gore barutwana ba dikolo tša go feta 4,500 ga se ba tsena sekolo ka mošupologo ka lebaka la dikgaruru tša dithekisi tšeo di tšwelago pele le go raralala le province ya gabobona. Go ya ka lekgotla la bosetšhaba la dithekisi la Afrika Borwa e lego Santaco ka boripana, ba ikgafile go boloka dikolo di bule le go netefatša polokego le thekgo ya phepo go bana. Mokgatlo wa Santaco o gopetše ditšhaba tša dikolo go bega tlaišo efe goba efe goba go tšhošetšo ya barutwana bao ba išwago dikolong ka difatanaga gore ba kgone go tšea magato a maleba. Mmogedi re tswalela ka tše di tšerego šedi go la Alexander mo monna wa mengwaga ya 40 o tšweletše kgorong ya tsheko ya Mastrata wa Alexander ka Labone morago ga gore a swarišwe ke mokgatlo wa EFF ka lebaka la go kata le go imiša morwedi wa gage wa mengwaga ye 16. Molato o bušeditšwe morago go di 17 tša August 2023 ka morago ga gore mosolwa a nyake go rerišana le molaotheo. Re tshepa le go kgolofela gore molao o tla tšea toka ka kgwedi ye ya basadi. Aowa, tše ke le swaretšego tšona go national rap ya rena.
If you face any form of abuse from anyone, remember there is help. To speak out, contact these numbers. And now let's cross our borders and look at what has transpired across the world.
In news around the world, we begin in India. A long ethnic conflict amongst the Meitei and Kuki tribes has led to tens of thousands of people fleeing their homes on both sides, leaving at least 181 people dead in total. This comes after violence broke out from a court order favoring the Meitei population with economic and government jobs. Meanwhile, dozens of children have been displaced and school interrupted, with the children now cramped inside a congested shopping center that has been converted into a makeshift relief camp to accommodate those without shelter. With no sign of peace in sight, the parallel lives of Kuki and Meitei women and their children remain uncertain with each day passing. In Australia, 19 men were arrested for allegedly sharing child abuse material online, and police saved 13 children from further harm after receiving intelligence from the FBI authorities. The investigation, called Operation Bacchus, began in Australia last year after the murder of 2 FBI agents who were investigating child abuse in the United States. The FBI then tipped off Australian police about members of a peer-to-peer network in the country allegedly sharing child abuse material on the dark web. The men, aged between 32 and 81 years old, distributed images and videos of child abuse material, chatted on message platforms, and allegedly used encryption to avoid detection. Back to our mother continent now. Sudan's conflict, which began in mid-April, has pushed Sudan's faltering education system into a state of collapse, with many schools shut down or repurposed to host displaced people and most national end-of-year exams cancelled, which, according to the United Nations, raises fears that many children will have no access to schools in the new academic year and could be exposed to child labor and abuse. On Wednesday, the education minister cancelled most end-of-year school exams in war-affected countries. Some of those who have fled Sudan are seeking entry to schools and universities outside its borders, including in Egypt. But in Chad, where more than 377,000 refugees have arrived, there are no such options. And that is all we have for this week in news around the world.
Flair Feed Stars Football Club recently hosted a compassion drive as part of their commitment to community outreach and giving back. The theme of this noble deed is cultivating compassionate champions. The handover took place at Kuro Vanderbijl Park. FFS donated new and gently used soccer gear, including balls, shin guards, and other goodies to Val Octopus of P. From Sebokeng, Araboneng Gore go diragetse eng.
Lending a hand is essential in preserving the spirit of humanity in modern-day society. Flair Fit Stars Football Club recently hosted a donation drive as part of their commitment to giving back to those in need. The handover was a huge success, with learners from Val Octopus Academy receiving soccer boots, balls, shin guards, and other valuable goodies. The team says this will definitely help them up their game.
Sometimes going forward.
In total, FFS donated more than 60 soccer boots to the Val Octopus Academy. Parents say they are proud of this initiative, and as Nelson Mandela once said, sport can definitely bring unity amongst people from all different walks of life.
I think when it comes to supporting our kids, it becomes very important for us as parents, because they have an opportunity to learn and grow, and similar for us as parents, because, you know, like they say, there's no right and wrong when you're a parent. So it's very important for us parents to be present in the kids' life and to also contribute, you know, in terms of social upliftment.
We can never do really enough for our children in terms of support. And what better purpose than bringing them together, you know, for sport, getting together, a compassion drive, you know. We all have some sort of obligation to the community, to our fellow humans, and I think this is a perfect place to show it, well, to start.
FFS head coach and chairman John Mnamdi says through this initiative they want to set an example for its young players by fostering a sense of community and compassion through giving.
My initiative was to help these kids that are not privileged to have soccer boots to also get soccer boots. It's like a soldier going into a war without a rifle. So that first of all kills the confidence of a soldier. So with the boys you can see obviously they're soccer players, and what gives them confidence is putting on the gear and wearing a soccer boot. So when you give a boy or a girl child a full gear to play with his teammates. When he sees himself just like them, it gives him a lot of confidence. That sense of belonging is there.
The future truly looks bright for these young soccer players, and who knows, maybe the next Lionel Messi will hail all the way from Vanderbijl Park.
I started in a very young age because we can develop in our technique and all those. So when we get to higher clubs, we know what they're going to do.
Soccer is one of the only sports which you use your feet and you can get good technique and it helps your legs move better. For me to miss a training, it's actually very sad for me. And I like working on my technique to see how good I am.
Ons gaan 'n friendly game teen hulle speel en ons is nou besig om hulle persente te gee van hulle het nie voorreg wat ons het. Wat is nie skoene en klere en goed nie. Miskien as ek nie goed in daai sport is nie en ek wil eendag soos byvoorbeeld 'n scientist word, dan kan ek net op dit fokus en nie op die sport fokus nie. So ek kan al twee keuse maak, soos ek wil aan sport fokus of 'n akademie.
The boys have big dreams. We hope you learned a thing or two about the importance of giving. Remember, sharing is caring. Azaria Koza, SABC News, Vanderbijl Park.
After the break, we thrash out the issue of bullying with our special guests. Make sure that you stay with us. You do not want to miss it. We'll be back. Recently, we have seen a lot of headlines about bullying, including the recent story at Queen's High School in Johannesburg, where a 15-year-old boy was bullied and forced to consume poison.
Now, the question is, will bullying ever end? In our studio today, we are joined by a psychologist, Dr. Nkululeko Benedict Mhlongo, and Enough Stop Bullying author, Siavuya Mapete. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to KNR.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Nice to have you.
Now, Siavuya, I would like to start with you. You're not a stranger to South African children at all. Please tell us what inspired you to write the book and why is it particularly relevant right now with what is happening with bullying and school learners?
I'd like to start off with why I wrote this book. I wrote this book when I was watching news with my mom, and we came across a disturbing video of two girls fighting, and one of the girls was being beaten up so badly, and no one was there to help the girl. No one was standing up for her, but they were recording her and laughing at her, and not even just standing up for her or saying, hey, stop. And the next day, the girl killed herself because she couldn't take the bullying and she didn't want to feel that way. And I really didn't want children to feel like that. And I wanted us children to feel happy and not how that girl felt.
Yes.
I also want children to know that if we keep killing ourselves, there will be no future. There will be no future teachers. There will be no future lawyers, principals and governments,
yes,
if we keep on killing ourselves.
Now, Dr. Beta, we have heard Siavuya, and she says that enough stop bullying. Now, within the age of social media, there's a lot of videos that are surfacing about bullying and the issue around bullying. Could you tell us what could potentially be the root cause of bullying amongst children?
I mean, firstly, this is amazing, Sylvia. Well done, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think it's a very pertinent issue, and I'm glad you guys are touching on that, because no bullies are actually born, number one. Bullying is actually created, and it's very unfortunate that it actually gets to a point where people are committing suicide. We're seeing a high rate of suicide that is actually happening amongst the country, especially in schools specifically.
Yes.
So the root cause of for a person to become a bully is the issue that I want to be in control. So it's always around social dominance, as well as to actually create a kind of cultural capital that I'm actually in. And
yes,
when she spoke of actually bystanders, it's quite difficult for them to actually act or stop that act. So it's either they're also perpetrating it or also
yes,
influencing it as well. So bullying happens in the audience. So so that's the other issue as well. Ukuthi again, maybe that I think we need to also unpack.
Yes.
Okay. Siavuya, do you believe that there are strict regulations in schools to protect the victims of bullying? And if not, what more do you think can be done?
Yes, I do believe. But however, there are posters of bullying, and they are like saying let's not bully and rules on stuff. But yet there's still bullying. Those things, they really don't do much to the society and what's happening with bullying. And I feel like we should have more talks around bullying, maybe an anti-bullying month or an anti-bullying week where we talk about it and we make it more regular, because bullying, like sometimes schools, they only take bullying seriously when something big happens. I want to make it more of a regular thing so children are able to talk about it, and they are also able to just say, I am tired of being bullied, and it will be 100% effective.
Okay, thank you so much, Siavuya. Dr. Beta, what effects does bullying have on children from their performance at school and also like socially?
No, it has a lot. I mean, great question as well. Because remember, if I'm bullied, it means I was ostracized at school. So it's like trauma. You avoid a particular place where you were actually exposed to. So if I was bullying at a particular school, a playground, meaning that's an area where I study the most, where I actually need to have proper academic, performance. So perform, so socially, it actually impacts on that. As well as, emotionally, I feel weak, as ostracized, as the other. Yes. So it definitely will affect school performance.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Beta, for being with us right here on KNR, as well as yourself, Siavuya. I hope that a lot of children will be inspired to take action as well. Thank you so much, and we hope that those that are bullies see the effects that they have and their actions to those that are being bullied. And those that can get help, please do seek help. So now let's see what you have said at home about this terrible issue of bullying.
I hate bullying. People being bullied at school is mainly because they are teased or they are just disliked from the way they look or the way they eat or what they pack for lunch. And I just hate bullying, and I just want it to stop so much. It is horrible to bully. It is just not the way to do things. You should just decide to be kind, because being kind is so nice and it will feel so good.
I don't like bullying because people sometimes want to kill themselves. Because I once watched a movie the name was Tombi, and that girl nearly killed herself because of bullying.
Bullying is very hard, and people get bullied and they don't snitch about it. And people bully because of maybe what happens at home, because at home their parents could be abusive or always be fighting or alcoholic, and then the children look up to the parents and see this. And if something bad happens to the person, they want to show out their anger to other people, and that's why they bully.
People, they may want to kill themselves just because of bullying, and they may lose their self-esteem just because of bullying. So bullying must stop now.
Bullying is indeed such a horrible problem that many kids are facing. Hopefully, we can educate each other and put an end to this issue. Remember to call any of these numbers to receive assistance. For now, though, let's take a quick breather, and we'll be right back after the break.
Winner of the World Championships 2023, under 14 level 1, representing South Africa, Rory Sang Kowele.
Rory Sankwele is a 14-year-old lyric dancer who has recently put South Africa on the map by representing us at the 2023 World Championships under the World Lyrical Dance Federation held in Ireland in the UK, and coming out tops in her level. When it comes to children's news, we are #1. And we have her right here in studio to tell us more about herself and achievements, and of course, give us a taste of her brilliant talent. Welcome to KNR, Rory.
Thank you.
So, Rory, I'd like to ask you, how did you get to this journey, and how was it? Did you come to any challenges? Was it hard?
It was actually very challenging because I came across an injury. I tore my MCL in my knee 6 weeks before the competition. So I had to try and make a way to qualify nicely without any complications. And I had to go to the physio, and I had a lot of appointments to let my knee heal properly.
Okay.
So with this journey, you went all the way to Ireland. How difficult was it to actually get into the competition? You just mentioned that you were challenged by the injury. Just take us through what was going through your mind, your rehearsals, into getting to Ireland.
So first, you have to get a certain amount of points to qualify. You have to place top 6 for all your solos before you're allowed to qualify.
Yes.
And for the last qualifier, that's when I had my knee injury. So I had to take it very slowly. But then I also had to rely on my past training before the knee injury happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rory, we know that winning or getting rewarded is so exciting. So how did it feel when they called your name and you found out that you were the champ?
I was very shocked. I was surprised because the competition was very tough. These dancers across the world are incredible and they are very good. So I was very shocked when they called my name out.
All right, now one last thing. What would you say to other aspiring lyrical dancers at home? Just a word of encouragement.
I would say that focus on yourself, because it's not the easiest thing. Dancing is a very competitive sport, and you can get distracted by other dancers because they might have better legs than you, better flexibility, turns and jumps, but you just have to focus on yourself and believe in yourself.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us, Rory, and we are excited for your journey ahead.
Thank you.
Please do not forget to call these helplines if you are being bullied or abused or you need any kind of help at home. There is help out there, and we do not want a single child out there to be bullied or abused.
Thank you so much for being here with us, Honamo, Kids Newsroom. From Nna, Ayanda V. Masango, it's goodbye. Over to you, Boucher.
Thank you so much, Ayanda. Tomorrow is International Youth Day, and I hope that in all of your pockets around the country, you reflect, celebrate, and work towards a future that is bright for young people in our country and the world at large. Ngelo ke mna andinishindodwa sinishia no Rory Sang. Mna nawe siyakudibana ngexesha elizayo. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Crying isn't like you. Maybe once you take it back, say you were trying to make me laugh, and nothing else to change today. You didn't mean to say I love you. I love you, and I don't want to. The smile that you gave me, even when you felt like dying. We fall apart as it gets dark. I'm in your arms in Central Park.